I cover fundraising and communications. I've got a background in working for 4 big national charities over the last 20 years, where I've held various senior management and directorships. And I very much see communications and fundraising working hand in hand. They support each other, and in every sense, really. You can't be a successful fundraiser unless you get your communication strategies right, because what you would do with a potential donor in terms of engaging them in the project, making them feel part of the project, really working out what it is about your work as a charity that interests them, which aspects appeal to them, which less so. You have to understand all of that before you can even think about asking somebody to support a project. So it's very much a sort of communications and fundraising mix. For years I worked in charities on the side of spending the money. You know, I was responsible for communications and campaigns and information services all across the country. And an old fundraising director of mine would constantly be sort of saying, "Oh, come on, come over to our side." And I used to say, "No, you raise the money and I'll spend it." I was quite happy with that. But then actually my last role combined fundraising and communications. And I have to say the fundraising side, once you've caught the bug, it's very difficult to let it go. There's something about being able to work with donors and fulfil their objectives for what they want to support and help them realise their dreams for a project that is really very appealing. And obviously you're raising funds for your chosen charity whilst doing so. So there's a lot of appeal about it. And yeah, I really enjoy the fundraising side and getting to know people and their interests, what they want to support, and really approaching it from that side. I started doing lottery funding, actually, ranging from sort of £50,000 applications up to multi-million-pound applications. And then from that ended up in a situation having to raise match funding against lottery grants. So really got interested in charitable trusts and foundations, and more increasingly with what's called high net worth individuals, what I would call wealthy benefactors, really. And a whole range of other tax-effective methods of supporting charitable causes. I'm in a really fortunate position, having had a fair degree of success with various multi-million-pound campaigns that I've run in the past. I'm in the delightful situation where I can look at projects and say, well, I think there is something I can do for you, or I will be completely honest and say, actually, I don't think you need me, or you need somebody with a slightly different set of skills. So I'm very fortunate that I can actually choose projects that motivate me to want to get up and work with them. And I'm a bit of a grafter. Working for myself is all well and good, but I'm probably the worst boss I could be because I'm a bit of a taskmaster. Somebody who worked for me once said, I set impossibly high standards, but no higher than I set for myself. And I think that sums me up in many ways.